there's nothing upright about this kingdom, because the ones ruling this kingdom is not upright. You know, there's nothing wicked or righteous about a kingdom, but a kingdom becomes wicked or righteous depending on the ones that is ruling over it. Verse 5, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Okay, that's another thing about Esau. He is proud. He's a proud individual. I see it all the time, especially when I go inside the mall. They walk with their heads in the cloud like they the shit. You know, they really think they're on top of everybody and that nobody is better than them. And all because of what? They took down our people. They enslaved our people. You know, they think that everything they did to us during the time of slavery, they got away with, you know. A lot of these Edomites think they're hardcore. They talk a lot of shit, calling people niggers and shit over Xbox Live and over the PSN and online games and shit. You know, they think they the shit, man. And then another thing about them is, you know, they walk around thinking they have done no wrong or wickedness, as if the things they're doing is no shame to what they're doing. Okay? But 90% I would say that at least about 60% of so-called white people, which I have seen or that I see on a daily basis, have had sex with their pets. But they're not ashamed of it. They're not ashamed of it because they don't see nothing wrong with it. Going back to Habakkuk 2 and 4, because the soul is not upright. The Lord said that thou shalt not lie down with beasts. So if you're not right-wise in the sight of the Lord, then you're wicked. Okay? So he is a proud man, you know. And that's another thing too, these flags. When you look at these flags, what do these flags symbolize? These, you know, like Jake likes to wear a shirt with an American flag on it, but they don't have no idea what that shit mean, man. An American flag symbolizes how the English, Dutch mercenaries and the conquistadors, which are Edomites, you know, they descend from Esau, how the English, Dutch mercenaries, the Spaniards, how they took down the so-called North American Indians. At least that's what I see when I see an American flag. Because, like, if you think about it, when a territory is taken over, what happens? A flag is set up as a standard, as a banner. It signifies that that territory now belongs to them. And these so-called white people are so proud. They think that they stole the land and got away with it. And it makes me mad too, because they want to get mad at you for, you know, stealing food and shit at their stores when you're hungry. But these motherfuckers stole an entire land. So it also says, neither keepeth at home. That's another thing about Esau. He's always in somebody else's Kool-Aid. You know? They don't know how to mind their own business. Like, I was at my job and shit. And, you know, because, you know, I do stocking and shit where I take merchandise and food items and I stack them on the shelves. And I scanned this one thing and I read it out loud, and this old ass cave bitch gonna have the nerve to say, oh, he talking to himself. I looked at this bitch like, but I had to hold my tongue though, because the scriptures speak about being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. But deep down inside, I wanted to cuss this motherfucker out like, who the fuck you talking to, bitch? You old ass cave bitch. You dog piss drinking cave bitch. All because I read something out loud from a scanner, which was telling me where to place the item at on which part of the shelf and which location in the store. So this bitch was all in my business. I looked at this bitch like I wanted to put her old ass to death right then and there, man. But like King Solomon said in the book of Ecclesiastes, there's a time and a place for everything under the sun. And this is not the time for, this is not the time to be killing. The time will come where the Lord is going to give his elect men spiritual power, and they're going to do a lot of killing. Okay? And you punk ass niggas out there who think this is a game, okay? You crackers who think this shit is funny, you're gonna die. And you're gonna die a terrifying death by the hands of the Lord who you call Jesus, and by his elect men. And Lord's will, I'm a part of that number, because I want my revenge. So it says, neither keepeth at home. America is always in somebody's business. America can't mind their own business. They got to be in Syria seeing what Assad is doing to his people. They got to be in Iraq seeing what the Arabs are doing. They got to be in Africa seeing what the Africans are doing. And then if Africans are doing something, America needs to be inappropriate or across certain guidelines that they have. They report it in the news. They make a big deal about it. This is why America has garrisons set up throughout the entire world. Like we say all the time on the highways and hedges, America's army is stretched way too thin. Because America they have military in Iraq, they have military in Afghanistan, they have a military in parts of Africa, western parts of Africa, some southern parts of Africa. They have military on certain parts of Russia, the borders of Russia. They have military in eastern parts of Europe. They have military in Syria. So this man, he can't keep his ass in his own land. And if you notice, America's the only country that does this. You don't hear about Russia sending troops into Afghanistan, or Russia sending troops into Iraq, Russia sending troops into Africa, because they're doing things which crosses certain guidelines of them. You don't hear about them doing that. It's only America doing this. Even though those so-called white Russians who think they're white and Russians, they're really Edomites. Okay? Who enlargeth his desires as hell. Okay? Who enlargeth his desires as hell.